Let's bring in Fox News contributor and National Review Institute senior fellow Douglas Murray. Douglas, the president didn't go to dinner because he had to prepare for that. A profound message on how climate change is the threat facing the world.
It's a strange thing to go to a NATO summit to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, he should have been with his NATO allies, with America's NATO allies, talking over all of the security implications that come from new members of NATO joining just in recent days, and much more. But as ever, the president can't seem to stay focused on this, and instead brings up what everybody on the left always brings up when they haven't got a more proximate crisis, which is the climate crisis. If you haven't got a load of other crises, you can always go back to the climate crisis.
And he's also a lily-white hypocrite, because every time he travels, he flies on Air Force One, and they take the beast with him, and this gigantic motorcade, this was in Helsinki, Finland, this giant motorcade that travels with him, but this is the gravest threat to humanity. But this agenda, this crusade that they're on, in U.S. terms, they're pursuing an ideological agenda, but it's economic recklessness, and it's ceding our power and prosperity to nations that hate us, that will wipe us off the map.
And as you say, the whole thing is hypocritical. It has been from the start. As you know, it's limit your emissions, but I don't have to limit mine. Climate change, behaviour change for thee, but not for me. There was an even better case, this week with Teresa Ribera, who I had to look up her title. The Spanish, this is it, Minister for the Ecological Transition and the Demographic Challenge of Spain. That's a heck of a title.
Wow,
she's held it since 2018. Absolutely. She's not just in charge of demography, she's in charge of ecology as well. Well, she was at a climate summit this week, and she did that great politician thing of getting out of the motorcade 100 feet away from the meeting and cycling her way to the last 100 feet. And of course, never mind the dozens and hundreds of coal-powered plants that are going up across China and Indonesia. Never mind that. Just that 100 feet of Spanish car can save the climate. And you know what? She's not the only one, of course. It's just all of them do this. David Cameron, the former Prime Minister in the UK, he decided to prove his green credentials more than 10 years ago. And you know what he used to do? He used to cycle about 50 foot between his home, Downing Street, and the House of Commons. And he would be followed by his car carrying his shoes and his change of trousers. So, you can laugh, but this is how you save the planet. It's not by telling China to get in line, it's by doing pointless, futile things.
I laugh because it is the absolute perfect picture of the green agenda. Drive to where you're going and bike the next 10 feet.
But then tell all of sub-Saharan Africa that they cannot move into the 21st century and develop their own fossil fuel
and tell the rest of us that basically we've got to live in permanent COVID lockdown state for the rest of our lives. No thanks.
Right, and eat bugs. Not by choice. And while Biden is overseas, back at home, Vice President Kamala Harris is taking her job as AI czar very seriously, an interesting position for someone who seems to glitch out every time they're on camera.
AI is kind of a fancy thing. First of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence. And part of the issue here is what information is going into the machine that will then determine, and we can predict then, if we think about what information is going in. So to reduce it down to its most simple point, this is part of the issue that we have here.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin.
Well,
so Elon Musk, all right, go ahead.
I do wonder what information is going into that machine. I really do.
Well, I think
because I can hear what comes out.
Yeah.
So what on earth is it goes in? It's a mystery.
Look, if we want to defeat AI when it comes down to it, feed it that.
Yeah.
It'll short-circuit everything.
Or whatever she's consuming.
It's amazing. A colleague of ours said the other day, Kamala Harris talks perpetually in the mode of a child going into school to be tested on a book they haven't read. And she just tries to get away with it, and says, well, this is this is a book we have here, and it's got covers and pages in
I've
between.
read those papers as a professor. That's exactly right. I haven't read the book, but I know I got to turn it in, and here's what I've got to offer. And she's the Vice President of the United States. That's the not funny part of it.
Nothing to worry about here. Nothing at all.
Someone said Elon Musk demanded regulation for artificial intelligence, which he really wanted to. He wants to hurt people who are ahead of him. And someone said to him, well, you got it, and you got it good.
Gotcha.
Douglas Murray, so good to see you.
Thanks, sir.
Great to see you.